DJI just released their new drone, the Mavic Pro. I remember getting the first Mavic, and that was a game changer because it was foldable, and it was around the same time that GoPro created their foldable drone, and that was light years ago, it seems like. Anyway, something weird is going on because I'm on Instagram and I see it's been launched on their Instagram page. So I go onto their website and there's nothing to be found, which is super strange because it's been launched on literally everything else. Even if I go on drones and then I click on DJI Mavic, has it been launched? If it's on the Instagram and it's nowhere else? Well, if you go on B&H, the answer is yes. Let's check out the 4 on B&H and see what packages it comes with. First of all, the top tier package, it looks like, is $4,649 before tax in the US. And it was rumored to be $4,400, which is mental. I mean, let's look at these specs because I'm sure the specs are really good. That's more than their Ronin 4D, I think. Maybe it's about the same price. So let's hope that the cameras are hugely improved. Okay, so after taking a look at these specs, it definitely looks like there's been some improvements. There's definitely been a change in the form factor with this round kind of spinning, rotating camera head that's not hanging apparently. It's kind of more directional, which I think will be interesting, I guess, for vertical shots, but I don't know, how often are you doing vertical shots with a drone like this? I can understand it with an FPV drone, but I personally have not had many uses for it vertical. Let me know if you only film in vertical down below. That might be helpful. I know they did it with the Mini 4, so perhaps it is a valuable use case. When it comes to the cameras though, I took these lenses and the lens sizes, I put them into GPT because I lose track of all the sensor sizes. But of course the wide angle is the best sensor, and it was in the previous version as well. And apparently it's the same size sensor, micro four thirds, as it is in the Pro 3. And then you have the other two sensors, the medium and then the tele, and apparently the medium, well, both the medium and the tele have smaller sensors than the Action 4. This is the 5 Pro. So much smaller sensors, gonna require more light. I know with the 3, there were some complaints about the telephoto lens being quite muddy and the image quality not being great. But that being said, it is a completely unique angle for drones of that price point and that size. So I guess we take what we can get. I'm sure they've done some upgrades with the internals and how the image is processed as well. And it seems like we have 6K at 60 frames per second HDR, 4K 60 with the medium lens, 4K 60 with the tele lens. The other thing about the main camera as well is it has a changeable aperture, 70 degrees upward shooting, which is interesting actually. It's not often that we get a chance to do that with drones. So it's got improved tracking, better sensors for night flight, 04 plus transmission that delivers 10-bit HDR quality images from 18.6 miles away. That's madness. I'm sure that's in like clear skies outside of the city. Quick transfer. This is an interesting one. So it's saying that you can use the remote to transfer your clip without actually having to open the drone up. You can leave it in its bag and do it that way, which is really interesting. 51 minutes of flight time, up to 90 kilometers per hour top speed. And then of course this package comes with that brand new remote control, which looks actually really incredible to use. I'm sure it's quite feature rich as well. But for that package, you're paying $4,649 plus tax, which is probably going to cost over $5,000 once you add tax to it as well. So let's see how much it is with just the drone. Okay, so you can cut that price down drastically to $2,700, almost $2,700 if you just want the drone and the RC Pro original controller. Still a lot of money. The way that I look at this is this drone is now probably going to replace those people that would have bought the Inspire series of drones. I wouldn't be surprised if they completely eliminate the Inspire drones. Who knows? But when you're paying $4,650 for a drone, you've got to be taking it quite seriously. That's a lot of money, especially in today's climate. So I'd imagine it's only going to really be pros that are using this. I guess you could argue that the fact that it has pro in the title means that pros are going to buy it, but still, I think you'd have to have like a solid use case for purchasing this over some of the other drones. Is it worth buying at this price? For me, If I had that extra money lying around and it wouldn't cause me any issues, yeah, I'd probably buy it. But for me, realistically, I travel a lot, and the size of this drone, I mean, it's not massive compared to what we used to have with the old Phantom series, but still, I mean, that's a lot of stuff to pack in a bag. So you got to be pretty serious about using your drone, as opposed to the mini series, which is so compact. You can honestly just get away with having like one battery with the drone and a controller. So would I buy it? Yes, if I had all the money in the world. Am I going to buy it? Definitely not. I'm sure the imagery that comes out of this thing is going to be insane. I don't know how much better it's going to be than the 3 Pro, but it's a cool concept with that rotating gimbal, and these drones are definitely solidly built. For what it's worth, that's my opinion on it. I like that there are these little improvements with the transferring of the footage, and I'm sure there are all sorts of different software things that are improved. That's generally what I'm noticing with a lot of these new camera releases, with stuff like the Insta360 X5 and various other cameras that come out. I'm noticing that maybe perhaps the hardware isn't changing drastically, but the software is so much more improved. Even with the phone, the cameras aren't that much different with the upgraded iPhone, but it adds all these little features like studio mode for the audio in cinematic mode and stuff like that, which ends up being really, really cool. Thanks for hanging in there on this little rambly first look at the DJI Mavic 4 Pro drone. It's probably on their website at this point, but it's kind of weird how it doesn't exist when you go on camera drones on their website, but it's everywhere else. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you feel so inclined. Actually, if you subscribe and you leave a comment, then it will help my channel to grow, so that maybe one day I can actually get one of these for the channel. That would be sick. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.